Good morning, everybody. Back again. It is a beautiful full moon, February 27th. Maybe 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, something like that. Writing these energetic streams, right? It's interesting. Especially as the light body comes online, especially as you're holding more light, and not needing as much of the physical human rest, because you're taking care of the body, and you're able to be up a lot later, up a lot longer, sleep a lot less. It really is fascinating, truly the transition point of holding more light, this ascension process, and also how we ride the energetic streams, the energetic currents that are provided for us through various passageways, portals, and gate alignments, and star and planetary alignments as well. And so here I am, coffee talk in the morning, just showing up because, one of those things, it's like, well, I have a choice. I either sit in bed and I toss and turn, or I turn on all the lights and I get to doing something productive to share my light with the world. And so that's the choice, right? That's the choice. And that's the freedom that I'm choosing to embody, by not letting myself be limited to framework or boxes, and how the expansion of my consciousness and the expansion of how I work with the energetic currents provided for me, how can I flow with them? This is the dance with the divine, right? The dance with the divine is, can you be so utterly present with yourself and in the moment and in the reality that you embody and that you care for, to the point that whatever the energetics provide for you as the landscape of your design and your architecture, can you work free of those limitations and allow yourself to ride that cosmic stream or that current or that flow, and honor the fact that in these passageways, right, we have to let go of the human ideology and the human conditioning of the limitations, the linearity, right? This is how we access those quantum states. Taking a moment to step outside of time and space, right? Accessing the 0 point. And then, riding the currents and the waves and the transitions for what is being provided for us at this time. When it comes to soul streams, right? When it comes to the opportunity for us to engage with a different coding or a different energetic current that's being provided for us, a lot of it is with this healthy curiosity, right? What is this thing providing for me? What is it bringing forward right now? What is it showing me? For instance, just to tell a little story of what had occurred, lately I've been going to bed a lot earlier, maybe 8 or 9 in the morning, 8 or 9 at night. And I went to bed at 9 and I woke up at 2 because Sophie woke up and wanted to go outside, my cat. So she rides energetic streams and currents too, right? So she's got her own details, missions, purpose, path, other than just being a frolicking wild kitty. She does her work. And so when she woke up, I woke up. And what happened was, all of a sudden you could hear that the what I call the nuclear frequencies hit, where a lot of gaseous energy was kind of coming through and a lot of stuff started to get kicked off. And as I tried to just kind of like roll down and go to bed, because once again, there's this resistance that I still hold at some level about riding these energetic currents and these energetic streams. So I chose to just breathe and sit with it and go, what is this showing me? And some human stuff came to the surface, and I had some frustrations, and I had the opportunity to kick off some mind stuff and let the mind kind of do its thing. And then I softened into this stance that here's this beautiful golden opportunity to ride this energetic current, and where is it taking me, right? No longer questioning what is this providing for me right now, but just honoring the fact with this healthy curiosity, right? That here is this codex that's streaming down. What is it bringing forward? How can I enjoy that process? How can I dance with it versus fight it or resist it, right? And so much of this comes into the teaching of a soul-aligned reality, and honoring the fact that you have a pathway, you have a course, right? How can you honor that course and dance with the course and dance with the divine as you are going about your day, right? And going about your path. It's about the pure presence, right? It's about that center point recognition, coming into the core of your being, into the heart, staying there, being there. And then getting that inner child play and healthy curiosity of what is being provided for you in every now moment. And how can you best choose, right, that optimal level of consciousness for you to ride the energetic current that is being provided for you. Okay, what is this? What's it bringing through? Is there downloads? Is there insight? Is there ideas? You know, when I resist the fact that there's an energetic stream occurring, what happens? I close down, I shut down, I block opportunity, I close the door on a new reality. And that's an old way of living. So when that narrative comes up, okay, we're just gonna let that one go. But as a result of this new level of embodiment and new level of deep honor and respect for the fact that there's a dance occurring with the divine, that there's a dance occurring with the soul and the soul essence, what can I do to soul play today, right? How can I allow this soul essence within me to be free of form and to allow itself to be expressive in its true organic nature, right? How can I let this true light within me come forward and show up in its natural organic state, free of judgment, free of perception, free of all of those limiting beliefs that tell me that I cannot be a XYZ, whatever it might be. Okay. So when these energetic streams and these currents arrive, especially as we're doing star coding, we got different planetary alignments, things going on. When the stars are out, I find that that's when there's a greater level of connection with my galactic aspects. And so now that I'm here, what can I do for this? What can I do with this energy? What is it providing for me? Get out the pen and paper. Start writing down the thoughts that are arriving. How can I create and play with this energy? Where's that healthy curiosity coming in for what is this providing for me in this now moment? And then allow it to form, right? Allow it to come into the body, allow it to materialize. Create something with it, light ground it. That's why I love getting out a pen and paper and I take the insight and I write it down. I light ground it. I'm taking the steps to materialize this information that's coming forward for me now. And then a part of that then is doing things like this, like stepping up and just creating. Let go of what the mind wants to create, right? Let go of what the mind is trying to produce. And just allow the soul to come through in its natural organic expression and let it be just that. Why is that? It's because we also provide an opportunity for others to do the same, right? In the stasis of the old, right? In the old reality streams, in the old world, right? Many of us couldn't be expressive as the soul. Some could, but only in pockets of population or under only certain conditions, right? There was a ripe format or a conditioning or a certain collective group that you could be yourself in. Well, now we're stepping into the phase that this is what we all need to be and to embody. So how can I show up in my natural, purified, divine essence today? How does that express itself? Because especially as we are beginning to connect again with the soul and the soul aspects and the unified essence and how it is created in this form, okay? It can feel interesting or strange playing with the dance of the arrival of that essence. And so a lot of that is practice, right? Call forward the soul, embody it. How does it speak? How does it react? What aspect am I working with? Is this my unified soul? Begin to play and dance and learn. This is the process of discovery and or remembrance of who you truly are. And so a part of this creation is that, I sat here and I said, well, what do I have to do? Well, I've got, a workshop later today and all these things going on, but here's this beautiful energetic stream that's being provided for me. How can I alchemize this and do something with it? Especially when it comes to the role of service and it comes into the role of being a guide or an angelic or a galactic, whatever you want to call it. What can I do with this energetic stream right now? Well, let's show up as the soul and just let that be and let that come through how it needs to, free of the limitations. Don't let the mind, the ego, or the human try to let it become a certain way or to shape it a certain way. Just let it be, Allow it to be in its organic representation. And just allow the light to flow through, because the codes are going to come through, and it's going to be shared in a way, shape, form that is privy to the soul and not to the human. But in this organic expression, right, we're now providing opportunity for others to do the same, to let them know that they're not weird. There's a level of beauty that comes through when someone shows up in their natural, purified soul organic essence. It's okay to be divine. Right? You don't need permission from someone else. And if you do need permission for someone else, I'll give you that permission. Not like I have any authority to say or not say. But someone did that for me. They said, Corey, it's okay to be the master. It's safe to be divine. It's okay to be beautiful and kind and soft and compassionate and beautiful, magical. You can be that now. And when that moment occurred, there was this moment of triumph that I was finally allowed to just be myself. And then the process started. Building, playing, discovering, creating, dissolving, collapsing, expanding. The evolving flow and kind of the putty that is the soul essence, and how it begins to come into the body and form with the human. So pretty soon the human is in the soul, right? And that's been a big thing coming through. Instead of being a whole soul and body, we are now a whole body in soul. So knowing that this form here is actually inside the soul, and that the soul is everything if we choose to witness it as that and see it as that. It truly is a beautiful time to be alive. The witnessing of this, though, and the activation of that from within, the bliss states, the freedom, the joy, the magic, it occurs by us completely shutting off and turning away from 3D. Yeah. We have to close the door and we can't look back. And when I speak of 3D, I'm not speaking of the physicality, right? I'm speaking of all those programs and all those things that still uphold those systems that are currently still being recoded and dissolved at this time. A part of stepping into this purified essence and beauty is that we can't go play in those worlds anymore, right? We just can't. Some of us still have roles to play out in those worlds. And what does that mean for that individual? They've got something to do there. And that's okay. Honor your pathway. Honor your journey. But it truly is astounding what can occur when you really begin to love your reality and love yourself again. Be fully present. The gift of this now moment. Being with all of you and being more than comfortable. It takes radical acceptance. And that's when you can truly begin to find the magic that is the soul's journey, the soul's pathway. And it's a lot easier to express when we can just be here now. Forget about yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. Just be here. And allow this flower to blossom and bloom naturally by just being present with it. So I love you all. Happy full moon. Happy riding the energetic streams that are available to you. Keep pulsing that light. Keep anchoring that freedom. Keep embodying that joy. and I will see you soon.